Hello student, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will discuss about potential and potential energy. Last videos we have already discussed about electric field lines and electric flux and application of Gauss law. So in this video, I am going to discuss about potential energy and potential. In this, you will study how electric field around a charge can also be represented by a scalar quantity called electrostatic potential. Okay. So potential means ability. And in physics, ability of a system to perform a work, there are many systems and you can consider anything which is in equilibrium position with their surrounding. That is, you are sitting on a chair without moving. So when you are relocating any object from its ground position to the building, you have done work against gravitational force. And this work is stored as a potential energy in the object and object has potential, right? So electrostatic potential Electrostatic potential of a body represent a degree of electrification. Degree of electrification means direction of flow of charge between two charged bodies. Charge always flows from higher potential to lower potential. Okay? So it stops as soon as the potential of a two body become equal. So this is something about electrostatic potential. Okay? So from definition, electrostatic potential is a physical quantity which determines the flow of charge from a body to another body. Right? So electric potential at a point in the electric field is defined as the work in moving a charge without an acceleration. A unit positive charge from an infinity to that point against the electrostatic force irrespective of the path followed. Okay? So suppose a charge Q, some charge Q is kept at this point and another charge Q naught is at this point B. So we are going to bring this charge from B to A. On bringing this charge, we have to do some work and this work done is stored in the potential. Okay, so definition of electric potential is work done moving a charge from infinity to a reference point. So I think this point is clear to you. Okay, so work done is given by WAB, 2 points A to B, WAB equals to integration A to B, E into DL. E into DL, and when we take integration like this, E into DL. So E and integration A to B. Clear? E into DL. So now on solving this, we found Q naught 4 pi upon 4 pi epsilon naught in bracket 1 upon RB minus 1 upon RA. Or we can write this WAB upon Q naught equals to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught 1 upon RB minus 1 upon RA. And electric potential is given by work done per unit charge, which is equals to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught. So this is the formula of electric potential. Clear? SI unit of electric potential is volt. or joule per coulomb, or we can write Newton per coulomb. Electric potential at a point is 1 volt. 1 volt if 1 joule of work is done in moving 1 coulomb charge from infinity to that point. That is, if we place Q equals to 1 coulomb, so the electric potential will be equals to 1 volt when 1 joule of work is done moving 1 coulomb of charge from infinity to that point in the electric field. Clear? In the first slide, we have discussed about the line integral of electric field. In this slide, we found that work done in moving a charge from one point to another point is given by line integral a to b into dl. Okay? From figure, here it charge Q naught is placed point A. So this charge is taken from A to B. In bringing this charge from A to B, some work has to be done. And this work is integration A to B E into dl. Okay? The force F equals to Q naught E acts on the test charge due to source charge. It is radially outward because test charge is positive charge and tends to accelerate the test charge. On solving, the work done is given by Q naught 4 upon 4 pi epsilon naught in bracket 1 upon RB minus 1 upon RA. Okay. So this equation, above equation, shows that the work done moving a test charge from a point, that is point A to point B along any path AB in electric field due to positive charge depends only on the position of these points and independent of the actual path followed between A and B. It depends on the position of point A or B. It does not depend on the path followed by the charge particle. Okay. So integral of electric field is path independent and electric field is conservative in nature. Okay. And fourth point is line integral of electric field over a closed path is 0. Over a closed path is 0. So work done over a closed path is 0. We have already discussed in last class, previous class. Okay. So now line integral of only static electric field is independent of the path followed. However, line integral of the field due to a moving charge is not independent of the path because the field changes with time. I think this point is clear to you. So after electric potential, next is electric potential difference. What is electric potential difference? We have discussed about electric potential. After electric potential, the electric potential difference is given by, it is the difference between 2 points in the electric field. Consider 2 points, say A points and V in electric field. 2 point A and B. Here 2 point A and B. Clear? So the electric potential difference between any 2 points in the electric field is defined as the work done in moving a charge from one point to another point against electrostatic force irrespective of the path followed. Suppose a charge, any charge Q is kept on this point, we call this point P, and we have to bring the charge Q naught from point B to A. So potential difference is given by the work done in bringing a charge B to A, which is given by B to A, WAB equals to integral minus E dot dl. Clear? So this formula is given by q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught 1 upon rb minus 1 upon rb. And we can write this WAB equals to WAB upon Q naught equals to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught 1 upon RB minus 1 upon RA. Now, work done per coulomb equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into 1 upon RB minus Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught into 1 upon RA. Here Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught into 1 upon RB is potential at point B, and Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught into 1 point A and B is given by VB minus VA equals to work done per unit charge. Electric potential and potential difference both are scalar quantity. Electric potential at infinity is always zero. We have discussed in previous class. Gravitational potential at infinity is zero. Okay. Electropotential near isolated positive charge. Isolated positive charge, that is Q is greater than zero, is positive, and that near an isolated negative charge, that is Q is zero, is negative. And CGS unit is state volt. 1 state volt is given by 1 erg per state coulomb. Okay, so I think you are getting my point. Now next topic is given by electric potential energy due to a single point charge. Single point charge, this is a derivation. We have to find the electric potential due to a single point charge. So for this, consider a point where charge plus Q is kept. Okay, and consider a point P at a distance x from this charge, where Q naught charge is placed at a distance x from charge plus Q, as shown in figure. Here, this is plus Q charge, and this is point Q where plus Q naught charge is kept, and this is the distance between these two charges. Okay. So the force experienced by this charge is given by Q naught E. Direction of electric field is in this direction, so force is in this direction. F equals to Q naught E is radially outward and tends to accelerate the test charge. Clear? So to prevent this acceleration, equal and opposite forces minus Q naught E has to be applied on this test charge. So work done to move Q naught from P to Q through dx. Charge moves from P to Q by a small distance dx against the force Q naught E, which is given by dw equals to F into dx. Okay. So work done is in opposite direction. So sorry, force is in opposite direction of the electric field. So work done will be negative. So the work done is given by dw equals to minus Q naught E into dx. Okay. The work done is given by dw equals to minus Q naught on solving. Q naught, Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught x square is the electric field. So Q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught x square into dx. Clear? So the total work done from bringing a charge A to B is given by W A, B, infinity to B point. Infinity to B point, dW equals to value of dW from this equation we write Q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught integration infinity to R 1 upon x square into dx. Okay, so this comes out to be work done per unit coulomb is given by this equation. Work done per unit coulomb is given by Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught R. And this work done per unit coulomb is the potential due to point charge. V equals to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught R. So clear? Okay. Now next topic is given by potential due to a group of charges. Due to a group of charges, that means we have to find a potential at any points. There is a number of charges are present. Okay, as we have done in principle of superposition. So from figure, there are number of charges, that is Q1, Q2, Q3 up to Qn, and P is the point where 1 coulomb charge is kept. The distance from this charge of number of charges are R1, R2, R3 up to Rn. So the potential at this point P due to a number of charges is given by the net electrostatic potential at a point in the electric field due to a group of charges is the algebraic sum of their individual potential at that point. That means from figure, potential at point P due to charge Q1 is V1. Potential at point P due to charge Q2 is V2. Potential at point P due to charge Q3 is V3. Here V1, V2, V3, and due to charge 4 is V4. Due to charge N is Vn. So net potential at point P is given by the sum of the potential due to these charges. So we can write this potential at point P is given by Vp equals to V1 plus V2 plus V3 up to Vn. Now we know the value of potential V equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon R. So we can write due to these charges, potential at point P is given by 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught sigma I equals to 1 to n Qi upon Ri. Clear? This is the potential due to a system of charges. 1 upon 4 pi Qi upon R vector minus Ri vector modulus of modulus. Here modulus means here magnitude of the distance given. In terms of position vector, potential due to a system of charges. Electric potential at a point due to charge is not affected by the presence of other charges. Potential is inversely proportional to distance between charges, and whereas in Coulomb's law, force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the charges. And third, potential energy is scalar quantity while force is a vector quantity. Although V is called the potential at a point, it is actually equal to potential difference between the points R and infinity. Okay, so next topic is electric potential due to dipole. We have already discussed on the topic electric dipole. What is electric dipole? Electric dipole is a system of two equal and opposite charges which are kept at a fixed position. Okay, and we have also find the electric potential, electric field due to dipole. There was 2 points at axial line and at equatorial line. Same here, we will also discuss potential due to dipole at axial line as well as at equatorial line. So first we will discuss at axial point. So from figure, you see in the figure, here figure is given. Okay, AB is the dipole. AB is dipole. Here AB is dipole, minus Q charge is at point A and plus Q charge is at point P. And distance between dipole is 2L. Okay. Consider a point P where plus 1 coulomb charge is kept at a distance O. O is the center of the dipole. The distance of OP is x. Clear? At point P, we have to find the electric potential. Okay? So for this, we have to find the potential due to charge minus Q, and we have to find the potential due to charge plus Q. And then we find the potential at point P, which will be the resultant of these 2 charges. So I think this is clear to you. Okay, let's start to solve this derivation. So potential at point P due to charge minus Q. Minus Q is given. We know the formula of electric potential. V equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon R, which is Q upon R. R is the distance between these 2 points. So we are going to find the potential between A and P. So distance between A and P is given by AP. Here AP equals to X plus L. Okay. So potential due to charge minus Q is given by 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Charge at point is minus Q and distance X plus L. Clear? 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught minus Q upon X plus L is the potential at point P due to charge minus Q. Now, potential at point P, where plus Q charge is kept. So the distance between B and P is given by BP will be equals to X minus L. Clear? So potential at point P due to charge plus Q is given by 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon BP. And we can write 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon X minus L. Clear? Now potential at point P due to these 2 charges is given by this VP equals to BP at point plus Q charge and BP at minus Q charge. Okay. So now put the values of potential due to plus Q charge and minus Q charge in this equation. So we found VP equals to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught in bracket 1 upon X minus L minus 1 upon X plus L. On solving this equation, we got VP equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q into 2L upon X square minus L square. Okay. And we know that P equals to Q into 2L. Q into 2L is electric dipole moment. So we can write this equation Vp equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught P upon X square minus L square. And we see X is much greater than L. X is much greater than L. So in this equation, L can be neglected. So we can write potential energy, potential at point P due to these two charges given by 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into P upon X square. Okay, this is the potential due to dipole at axial line. Now second point is potential due to dipole at equatorial line. So for equatorial line, draw the diagram as in figure. For this, we take AB is the dipole at point A minus Q charge is capped. The distance between these two point charges is 2L. Take a point Q at a distance y from the center of these two charges. Okay. So now find the potential due to charge plus Q at point Q and due to charge minus Q. And find the potential at point Q due to these two charges, which will be the resultant potential. So potential due to charge plus Q is given by 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into Q upon BQ. Q upon BQ. And potential due to charge minus Q is given by 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught minus Q upon AQ. Okay. Now net potential at point Q due to these two charges is given by VQ equals to VP due to charge plus Q, VP due to charge minus Q. Now put values from above equation in this. Values given by 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon BQ and 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught minus Q upon AQ. From figure, we know that AQ equals to BQ. Okay. AQ equals to BQ. So potential at point Q due to these two charges will be 0. So the net electrostatic potential at a point in the electric field due to an electric dipole at any point on the equatorial line is always 0. So note this point. Potential energy on equatorial line is 0 while electric field is not 0 on equatorial line. Okay. So now next is equipotential surface. As the name suggests, equipotential. Equi means equal, potential means potential. Surface which have equal potential. We call them equipotential surface. Right? So surface at every point of phase, the potential due to charge distribution is same. Is called equipotential surface. For uniform electric field, we see uniform electric field here is given in figure. E is the uniform electric field. So when we draw a surface V1, V2, V3, we see the V1 equals to V2 equals to V3. Equipotential, this is the equipotential surface. Electric potential of these three surface is equal. Clear? So these are called plane equipotential surface. Suppose a plus Q charge and we draw a potential surface due to this charge. So it is given by this is sphere, this is a spherical surface. So potential at every point of this sphere will be same. Potential at every point of this sphere always same. So this is spherical equipotential surface. Okay. Now you can draw the equipotential surface due to positive charges due to dipole. So let's draw the equipotential surface due to dipole positive or negative charges. So which is given by, due to negative charge, equipotential surface is, we can draw, this is negative charge and this is positive charge. So equipotential surface is due to negative charge is this, positive charge is this. This is the equipotential surface due to positive or negative charge. And equipotential surface due to positive charge, which is given by positive charge due to, this is positive charge equipotential surface is something like this, and this is the equipotential surface due to positive charge. Clear? Due to an electric dipole, these surfaces have complicated shape. Okay, so let's draw the equipotential surface due to dipole. Okay, now properties of equipotential surface. I think equipotential surface is clear to all of you. Now, what is the properties of equipotential surface? So properties of equipotential surface is, no work is done in moving a test charge from point 1 to another equipotential surface. Suppose this is the equipotential surface. This is equipotential surface. Charge Q is kept at this point. Charge is moving from point A to point B. What will be the work done? So work done is VB minus VA equals to WAB upon Q naught. From equipotential surface, we know that potential at point V, A. Okay. So potential VB equals to VA. Work done bringing a charge from A to B will be equals to 0. So from first property, when we take a charge from one point to another point in equipotential surface, no work is done. I think this point is clear to all of you. Second point is, electric field is always perpendicular to element dl of equipotential surface. Okay, that means this is equipotential surface here, and these are electric field lines. Electric field lines. So property says electric field is always perpendicular to the, this is the dl element from figure. This is dl element. This is potential electric field E is always perpendicular to this dl element. Okay, so how it is possible? Let's solve it. Since no work is done in equipotential surface, no work is done, so formula is given WAB equals to minus A to B E into dl. Okay, work done is 0, so E dot dl equals to E dl cos theta will be equals to 0. Now we found that cos theta equals to 0 and theta is 90 degree. So we can say that electric field is always perpendicular to the element dl of the equipotential surface. This is important property. Okay. Now third property is given by, equipotential surface indicate region of strong or weak electric field. Okay, third property says the equipotential surface indicate region of strong or weak electric field. Strong electric field, the surface is crowded in the region of strong electric field. That is, surface is crowded, which is given by surface is crowded. This indicate strong electric field. And the surface are far apart. Here the weak electric field. Okay. The electric field is defined as the negative potential gradient E equals to minus dV over dr. So try to prove this by yourself. dr, from this equation, dr equals to minus dV upon E. So dr is proportional to 1 upon E. Okay, from this formula. So if E is strong, E is large, dr will be small. That is, separation of equipotential surfaces will be small. Equipotent surfaces are crowded and vice versa. I think this point is clear to you, where surfaces are crowded in the region of strong electric field and are far apart in region of weak electric field. Okay. Now fourth point is, two equipotential surfaces cannot intersect. So we have already discussed this property in electric field lines. That was, two electric field lines can never intersect. So two equipotential surfaces cannot intersect. If two equipotential surfaces intersect, then at the point of intersections, there will be two values of electric potential, which is not possible. Note, electric potential is a scalar quantity, whereas potential gradient minus dV over dr is a vector quantity. Negative sign of potential gradient shows that rate of change of potential with distance is always against the electric field intensity. Okay, so are you getting my point? Next topic is electrostatic potential energy. We have already discussed about electric potentials. Now, what is potential energy? So you have already know what is energy. Energy is the capacity to do work. Okay. So electrostatic potential energy is work done in moving a charge q from infinity to a point in the field against the electric force is given by electrostatic potential. So work done equals to charge into potential. So electrostatic potential energy of two charges is given by U equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R2 minus R1. Okay. So from figure, here is a system where charge Q1 and Q2 are kept at point A and at point B. Their position vector from reference is given by R1 and R2. So distance between A, B is given by R2 minus R1. Okay. So potential energy of the system is given by 1 upon 4 pi epsilon Q1 Q2 upon R12. So I think this point is clear to you. Electrostatic potential of three charges is given by, so for this, as we have done in electric potential due to a system of charges, same here we can do. Here there are three system of charges Q1, Q2, Q3. At point A, charge Q1 is kept. At point B, charge Q2 is kept. At point C, charge Q3 is kept. Their position vectors from O is R1. Position vector of B from O is R2. Position vector of C from point O is R3. Clear? So A, C is given by R3 minus R2. B, C is given by R3. Sorry, A, C is given by R3 minus R1. A, B is given by R2 minus R1. And BC is given by R3 minus R2. So net potential energy of the system is given by the potential energy due to these charges, which is given by potential energy due to charge Q1 and Q2 plus potential energy due to charge Q1 and Q3 plus potential energy due to charge Q3 and Q2. Okay, so we can write in this equation 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R2 minus R1. This is the potential energy due to charge Q1 and Q2 plus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon Q1 Q3 upon R3 minus R2. This is the potential energy due to charge 1 and 3 plus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q2 Q3 upon R3 minus R2. This is the potential energy due to charge 2 and 3. So on solving, we got U equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon in bracket Q1 Q2 upon R12 plus Q2 Q3 upon R32 plus Q1 Q3 upon R32. This is the potential energy of the 3 charges. So we can write potential energy of the system of n charges from this equation. Okay. So next is example superposition of electric potential. Here figure is given to you. Assume that we have a system of 3 charges. Charge Q1 is 1.5 microcoulomb. Charge Q2 is 2.5 microcoulomb. Charge Q3 is minus 3.50 microcoulomb. Q1 is located at 0A. Q1 is located at 0A. At 0A figure here this point. And Q2 is located at 0, 0. Q2 as at 0, 0. And Q3 is located at B0. Here Q3 is kept. So question is, what is the electric potential at point P located at B and A? So here we have to find the electric potential. Okay. So let's solve this problem. Answer is, let's draw the diagram. Diagram is here. We have to find potential due to charge Q1, Q2 and Q3. According to principle of superposition, potential at point P will be the sum of the potential due to individual charges. Clear? So potential at point P due to charge Q1 is given by 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. We can write it. Due to charge is given by 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon R1, and due to charge Q2 is given by plus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q2 upon R2, and due to charge Q3 is given by plus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q3 upon R3. Okay. Okay. So now put the values of Q1, Q2, Q3, R1, R2, R3 in these equations. So we found R1 is given by B from figure and R3 is given by A from figure and R2 is given by using Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so from figure R2 is equals to root A square plus B square. Okay, so put these values in this equation. We got K equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. So K in bracket Q1 upon B plus Q2 upon under root A square plus B square plus Q3 upon A. Now put the values of Q1, Q2, Q3, A, B in this equation. We got the answer of this potential. So which is 562 volt. Okay. This is our potential at point P due to other charges. So try to solve